into the advanced version of the T-site default on Nuke. Trust me, it's not easy to have a good T-site on Nuke, so I would advise you to watch through this entire video to learn a thing or two. So let's dive into it. As we already established in the basic video, you have a decision to make out of T-spawn. Do you want to focus on opening up the map through yard by having 4 players towards yard, or do you want to focus on inside by opening up lobby, inside, ramp by having 4 players towards that position? I'm gonna show you some different takes and different variations of how you can manipulate the CT site rotation and hopefully become more successful on T-site Nuke. Now, the smoke that I'm throwing right here is essential to anyone playing Nuke. You aim right here, you jump throw, you then jump up right here from the same position, so a mate can drop a smoke for you. You aim right here and jump throw. What it does is that, combined with the smoke that we're throwing every round, like right here, you now deny the CT site any sort of map control or any sort of vision on yard. Completely smoked off everywhere, right? The reason you want to do that is that you can now manipulate the CT site to think that they can be down secret. Whether or not you want to send down 1 guy or 4 guys, if you want to do it fast, if you want to do it slow, totally up to you. But knowing these 3 smokes, I would say, is essential if you want to be a good Nuke player. Simple as it is. Now, what you can do with these smokes as well is that you can, again, as I said, manipulate it. How about you just send 1 guy down secret and you have then 3 guys waiting right here. As soon as he's down secret, he's maybe walking on contact, they start to sneak out right here, because you often will catch a CT player in rotation standing open somewhere. And if you don't see anything, if the CT player went all the way back down CT spawn, well, imagine you have the first player standing right here together with player number 2. Player number 3 will then do this flash, or he's flashing under heaven. They swing around, clear, 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 and all of a sudden you're under heaven now, and you're deep inside the CT side territory, right? And if you're playing this position right here, if you already got yourself right here into this very forward place where the CT side will have to react, you already made sure that it's going to be a very difficult one to maneuver for the CT side. So the more map control, the more space you can take away from the CT side, the better when you're doing it on yard. There's many different variations, right? You can also, if you want to, just, plain off smoke the middle of warehouse, just like that. That way you know that you don't have to worry about that. You have to worry about this, have to worry about this, and you can send 3 guys close towards main. You have the 4th guy standing over here. He perhaps is doing this flash right here that's gonna flash in front of main. So that way, if a player is standing right here and holding, he's going to be blind, looking straight at the flash, and then you can do a split inside. So you always need 1 guy in this yard pack of people of 4 to call the shots. Do you want to go down secret? Do you want to take under heaven? Do you want to go in main? What is the objective of the control you're taking on yard? It's not easy, but it's important. Same can be said if you do it the other way around, right? There's 1 guy in yard, 4 guys towards inside. What is the objective? Do you want to end up on ramp? Do you want to end up in some sort of inside execute? I would always argue that you need to nade the door just to make sure the CTs can never rotate through the door without having any problems. Now, let's say you want to do a fast push inside. You nade the door, you smoke main like this, you flash behind the vents like this so you don't get blind yourself. And listen, you don't have to go out. You just hold this angle, maybe stand right here, hope someone is peeking out. By then, you already forced the CT side to make a decision. Should they rotate? Should they smoke? Should they Molotov? You apply pressure. You sell the idea that something is happening inside. Same can be said if you have a good spawn with an AWP or a rifle. You can actually just rush in right here, see if you can catch the CT player who's moving into position. Same can be said if you have a good spawn with a rifle to go ramp. You can just go straight in here, right? Go right side ramp, and maybe you get here before the CT player, and all of a sudden you're holding this position. You're so far up and the CT player has no idea you passed right here. So if you have a teammate who, let's say that he's gonna flash like this for you, something like that, standing right here, turning it back, you then peek out on the flash, you're in the face of the CT side players all the time. There's all these small plays, small maneuvers, small things you can do in order to take control, apply pressure, maybe get an entry kill that then forces the CT side to make a decision. Many different things. I will argue though that Nuke is one of those maps where you can run a lot of defaults, but you need an end goal, you need an end objective, and that's where the executes come into it, right? An inside execute, a yard execute, different variations of how you do the inside execute. So as much as I want to simplify it and make this the advanced video, it goes 1 step further. You need to know what your objective is when you're inside lobby, if it's towards ramp, towards inside, because you need to save your nades, you need to make sure you have the smoke, you have the flash, you have the Molotov to do whatever execute you want to do. Same could be said for yard. You can throw all your nades within the first 30 seconds, but if you don't get anywhere with it, how are you then supposed to win the round when you're playing Nuke? So 1 key element right here, make sure to manage your economy and make sure to be very cautious about how you spend your grenades, because if you don't have any utility T-side Nuke, you're not going to win any rounds whatsoever. That's it for the advanced variation